What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and I'm so happy that you guys are really getting into this Madden 20 situation, and you guys are psyched about it, and you guys want my insight into it. So what happened was I put out a video about Tyreek Hill. More than likely, he's going to be banned from Madden because Roger Goodell is going to just instantly choke slam him, and he's going to get, regardless of what happens legally, he's more than likely not going to be on the roster of the Kansas City Chiefs. So I tried to give you guys other suggestions. Marquise Brown, John Ross, you guys brought up some other names that are going to be relevant, that are current players. But some of you guys that are really, really wild mudheads, you guys want to know about the legend situation. So pretty much what happens is this, right? The reason that I don't want to urge you guys to go after legends at the launch of Madden 20 is because of the pricing. It's very, very expensive. So what happens is it kind of forces you to spend money, and I don't like to promote that, especially because I don't know how the game is going to play. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. If the gameplay is good and it's not as crazy as this game was, at launch, they might set me up to where I'll say, you know what, I'm going to buy a bundle. Some of you guys already wrote on the previous video, yo, Gmia, open a bundle at launch, bro. Don't worry about it. YOLO, you only live once. I appreciate you guys. Let me know again in this video if you think I should open a bundle at the launch of Madden 20. Let me know, and I'll probably get into that for you guys. But for the last, we're going on 3 months now, we've been no money spent because the gameplay has been so bad, it doesn't make any sense who your player is. You could literally have a giraffe out there just running around, and he can't moss anybody. A guy that's smaller than him, like a giraffe, you could throw it up high, and the guy will still pick you off from behind. It's really, really bad, right? So that has a lot to do with what's going to happen in Madden 20. But let's just go all the way back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let's go all the way back, and let's think about what actually occurred within Madden 19. Now, at the launch, what happened was the #1 card that people were going after was Randy Moss. All right? Let's go ahead and flash back. So you kind of know that since it worked so well for them in Madden 19, they're going to probably more than likely do it in 20. So Randy Moss will probably be one of those legends that will be available. The one thing I want to point out, though, before I forget, the same way that they made Michael Vick kind of free with the, like the legends of whatever, Madden's Forever or whatever like that. You see how a lot of the things that you were able to do with his card, they kind of gave it to you through solos, and he turned out to be a really, really bad card. Yeah, like he can't throw the high pass. He's very inaccurate and stupid. If it just so happens that they make a card free at launch like that, that might not be a good move. Because in my opinion, it was kind of scary that they made Michael Vick be pretty much free. Like if you were playing the game during the Christmas promo, you had enough snow and all the other items needed to get that Michael Vick for very, very cheap. All right, and they also messed up where people just actually upgraded him for nothing. So that alone made me scared to just think like, hold on, what are these guys really doing? It doesn't really make any sense what's going on. So we have to figure out between ourselves, why are they giving us this card pretty much for free? You know what I'm saying? Like if they do something like that, whatever card is like that, we're going to have to avoid it like the plague. Unless they do something like make the attributes matter regardless of the card. But we have yet to see gameplay, so we're going to have to hold off on that, and then we'll figure that out later. Now, put it like this. I don't know if they're going to still use the 5-card method. More than likely, they'll keep it like that. But if you guys are like urging for legends and this is the route that you want to go, these cards are going to be extremely, extremely expensive at the launch. All right? Because of that, it's going to all depend on how you utilize some of the free things like the loyalty tokens and the stuff that you actually pull coming into the year if you don't want to spend money. Because remember, at launch, more than likely, they're going to have the campaign solos again. I saw some writing on the website about, a whole new campaign experience. So that's going to be there. So you're going to have a chance at current NFL players that you can use. So you may not need to just jump in and go after legends. The reason that I went Ultimate Legends towards coming into the new year of 2019 was because I realized it was a lot cheaper than going after the current NFL players. But because the campaign mode is going to be so glitchy at launch, it might make sense for us to start off with current NFL players, grind our way up, and then possibly go after this. But remember, if you guys vote for me to open up a legend bundle, well, not a legend, whatever, a legend bundle or just a regular bundle for Madden 20, and you guys get enough votes, like I'm gonna figure out how to do it, and I'm gonna put a video out and probably give you guys a poll, and then if you guys vote on it, like, yo, bro, I just want you to spend your money. I don't care that you're gonna pull garbage like most of you guys do. You guys laugh at me when I pull garbage. If you guys win whatever the scenario is, when I open it up, it all depends on what's gonna be pulled from that. Because remember, at launch, gold, silver, elite, all these cards are very expensive. So if we work it out right, we should be able to, put together one of these sets without an issue. But again, some of you guys at launch pulled this 91 overall card. He was going for so much coins. It was ridiculous. So it turned out at launch that he was actually able to run by people. After a couple patches, you can't beat man coverage. So we have to also see how that starts to happen. I'm going to tell you guys this, though. If Madden somehow turns out to be the same exact way that they did this year, again, like for 4 years straight, destroying the game with patches, I'm going to immediately let you guys know what's going on. And then even though most of us are going to still play it, we're just going to go into that I don't care mode. Like, we're just going to start putting together anything. We're not going to buy any packs. We're not doing any of that. I'm not going to do that, because what happens is we ignore the fact that the gameplay is so disgusting because of our excitement to put the team together. But if they patch the game and ruin it, I will let you guys know, like, yo, all right, this is what's going on. That's one of the newer things I'm going to be doing coming into Madden 20. I'm going to, like, right as soon as the patch is wild, bro, I'm going to probably make a decision. As long as we're not investing any actual money into the game, we can do whatever else we want. But that was something that I did after a couple of patches where the game was getting really, really wild. I kept buying packs, and that was my mistake. Because, like, we can't, bro, listen, if we want to grind, I'll just grind and just do whatever I can do with that. I'm a pretty good grinder, MUT master, all that stuff. But we have to be very, very careful along those lines. So, Randy Moss will probably, I don't know if they'll start off with him again, but if the speed really matters in the game, the Legends cards at launch are probably going to be a little bit better than the current players. Some of you guys wrote about, yeah, why didn't you talk about OBJ and all that stuff like that? It's because when the card is first made in the beginning of a year, they're not that fast. But the card names that I gave you guys, they're going to be fast. Marquise Brown is going to be very, very fast. John Ross is going to be fast. Now, if height matters, like I pointed out, we might be able to get away with having just taller receivers that are slower. If they make the game a little bit better, like they just have to make the game a little bit better. We're not asking for that much. Just make the game a little bit better and make height matter. We could probably go with the slower big body receivers and get away with that. But because Madden has changed so much and it's turned into an absolute nightmare, these things don't matter anymore. So players, you just pick whoever you want. Like pretty much like Madden 15, as bad as the user catch was or the face catch, whatever you guys want to talk about, you had very, very good control on both sides of the ball. So if you were able to strafe up and user in front, you were able to pick that ball, regardless of what the taller receiver was doing. But ultimately, the taller receiver is usually going to come down with the ball, just like in real life if it's thrown up high. It's common sense. But we've gone away from that, so that's a little bit difficult for me to explain why it doesn't make any sense for you guys to, really focus on the fact that Randy Moss is 6'4", if he is released at launch and we play the game and it doesn't really matter. All right, so it's certain things that we're going to have to figure out before we start saying, yeah, we're going legend, we're going legend. But more than likely, the legends are probably going to be a little bit better and more appealing than some of the current players that are going to be available at launch. So I just want to make sure that that's, absolutely pointed out and you guys have a good gist of that. Now, regardless of the legend that you pick, right, it doesn't matter about the legend that you pick. It's about how they're going to perform on the field. All right, because more than likely, they're going to give you a player from all of the different positions, and you're going to have to choose which one you want. So, say, for instance, you go with Steve Young, right? Say you're like, you know what, I'm a 49er fan, I'm going Steve Young, I don't care. This is what happens. If the game doesn't correlate to what Steve Young is supposed to be doing, like, for instance, nope, you can't, when you throw the ball deep, they give the defense a huge opportunity to be right there, even if your player hasn't beat deep. It's a very, very poorly designed gameplay aspect of the way that they let people catch up to you, right? So if Steve Young's arm strength is not good enough, his throw power is not good enough to get the ball to a Randy Moss, and that's what that's what you're ultimately trying to do, that's going to be an issue. So that's going to be a reason that you might want to go, to Patrick Mahomes. The Madden 20 cover boy, because he might be a guy that can get the ball to Randy Moss. So when you're choosing legends, everything is dependent upon the gameplay. As soon as I get the game and I'm able to play it and I figure out, like, all right, look, you can't throw the ball deep, you can't do certain things, this guy matters, this stat matters, I will give you the information. It's up to you to choose the best case scenario. But I'm no way going to tell you guys, yo, we're going after legends. Because, like I said, if the game is anything like this, it won't really matter what you have out there. And again, I have a gut feeling that a lot of the same things are going to be going on. So more than likely, as much as I love Randy Moss, I'm probably going to wait to get him, because it wouldn't make any sense to just have him out there and he's not really Randy Moss, like similar to what it is right now in Madden 19. He's not really Randy Moss. For most of you guys, if you Google Randy Moss or you go on YouTube and you look up Randy Moss and then you play a Madden game and you see the defenders that can cover him one-on-one and man-to-man coverage and they just stand around him the whole time, you will laugh hysterically. I actually did that with my wife because she was like, you used to watch Randy Moss all the time. He was really fast, wasn't he? Because she actually saw me playing the game. She's like, why is that guy just right next to him? And I don't know. She has to go ask the Madden developers that are responsible. I have no idea why they're doing that. This new era age of Madden is what makes it very, very difficult for me to tell my viewers, like, yo, go do this. Because I don't feel right after that. I don't feel right saying it because it's a lie. It's pretty much a lie. Everything that they've done as far as the way that the players act and the players respond in the game, for the most part, is a lie. And I don't want to, just tell you guys whatever. Like, yeah, bro, if I get a player and I know the game is not as good, I'm going to let you guys know the game is not as good. But, I got this player because I like Randy Moss. But at this point, it really doesn't serve a purpose for us to just say we're going after legends over the current players at launch, especially because what most of us are going to need to be doing at that time is actually winning Super Bowls in head-to-head, doing certain things within the game to get trophies and things like that to actually unlock other things. You got to remember, we got to put together the best team possible at launch to win games. So if this guy is not going to actually be Randy Moss, you're not going to hear me tell you to get Randy Moss. I'm going to be like, yo, listen, I'm going this route, and this is the way I'm going. So these are some of the things that I want you guys to understand. It's all dependent upon gameplay, all right? I will not tell you, you have to go someplace else to hear, like, yeah, we're doing this. I'm not doing that. It's no way possible that I'm doing that. So again, when you go into Madden head, like head to head, whatever like that, right? And you start to see exactly what's going on. I'm going to give you guys some examples, right? Let me just let you guys see what my record is, what's been going on with it, so you guys can understand. When I play the game, like this is me. You see me 360 and 132, right? But primarily I haven't really been playing a lot. The last game I played was against this guy, the number 5 player in the world, and I beat him in the Super Bowl. That video will be available on GmiasWorld Gaming probably after you watch this video. Just keep checking back. You'll see the game. Depending on how the concept of the game is, we just need to put together the best team possible. That's what we need to do. And that's what I'm going to give you guys the tools to be able to accomplish. If for any reason we can't accomplish that same goal because the game doesn't play up to par, we are going to recreate a way to now win differently. For instance, if Randy Moss is not the best wide receiver because his speed doesn't matter the way that it is right now, and like you'll have a Aqib Talib with like 85 speed that'll run step for step with him, we're not going to spend money early on Randy Moss. We're going to go after another current player that we could find cheaper, maybe a gold Ross, maybe a gold Marquise Brown. You see what I'm saying? And not look as spectacular, but we still get the wins because we could at least believe that he's going to run fast down the field. And if he doesn't, all right, it's just it's just John Ross and it's just Marquise Brown. But it just hurts a lot more that we would invest our time and money into Randy Moss. And EA is like, yeah, that's not happening. So once I get more information and we see a little bit of the gameplay and a little bit, more information is available, we're going to actually be ready to go. We're going to know if we're going legends, if we're going current players, whatever. I really want to get my hands on the Kyler Murray if they have it so that the speed behind the line of scrimmage is still similar to the way that it is now. Because even though it's not as smooth as it was in Madden 15 behind the line of scrimmage, they have fixed a little bit more of it coming into Madden 19 from 18. Even though you can run side to side like a stick figure, it's stupid in most cases. It's not a smooth transition. I think that they've seen and listened to some of the complaints and was able to make it a little bit more seamless behind the line of scrimmage. So we probably would just go after a Kyler Murray at launch. But if you guys want more information about my actual team prospect, the way I'm thinking of it right now in my head, you guys want me to like kind of break it down as far as team aspect, just write it in the comments. Like, bro, MUT 20 team. Just write MUT 20 team and then, we'll go from there. But like I said, it's all dependent on the gameplay. Don't believe the hype. You're going to have to play the game first and, see what's going on with it. And then we'll determine what we're going to have on our squad and we'll go from there. I want to thank every single person that watched this video and gave it a like. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications for GmiasWorld on Twitch and YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.